Hello, my name is Eric Okamura, and today you're going to discover how I went from this to this by eating special fat-burning foods including, believe it or not, candy bars, milkshakes, and cookies. It sounds crazy, I know, but place your skepticism aside for a brief moment because the secret to my new dessert diet is going to inspire, delight, and amaze you. Again, my name is Eric Okamura, and I'm 52 years old. I'm a minister, father of 7, and I live on the Hawaiian island of Kauai. And although it's embarrassing to share this photo, just a few short weeks ago, I was so fat, depressed, and stressed out that I was rushed to the emergency room, clinging to my life after one of my worst fears came true: acute congestive heart failure. I'll share my David versus Goliath diet and health story with you in just a moment. But first, if you're struggling with your body like I was, I want to give you some hope for a lean, happy, and healthy future. After all, while you're watching this true story unfold before your very eyes, soon you will realize with 100% certainty that you really can do this too. You see, losing a great deal of body fat when you have my new fat-burning discovery on your side really is possible, no matter if you're a man or a woman, young or old, and even if you think you have bad genetics or hormone imbalances that keep you heavy and cause you to gain weight. How do I know? Well, again, this is my after photo taken just 12 weeks after my before. I lost a total of 30 pounds of unhealthy body blubber and went from this to this, all while eating forbidden foods that you've mistakenly been told to avoid in the past. What's more, I accomplished this with hardly any free time to spare during my day. Like you, I too have a crazy busy life. Between my ministry work, traveling nonstop, working a side job to pay the bills, and raising my 7 beautiful children, it's a challenge to take time for myself. I'm sure you can relate. Now, the reason I'm sitting at my home computer, putting this video presentation together today, is to share with you exactly, step by step, what I did and didn't do to experience this incredible, life-changing transformation so quickly, without going to a gym or spending much time in the kitchen. That's right. I'm going to reveal my entire diet plan laid out for you right here in this free video, including precisely what inexpensive, flat-belly foods to eat and when to eat them, including the delicious, fat-burning dessert foods I ate every single day to achieve a flat belly at record speed. I'll also warn you about seemingly healthy foods that secretly add pounds of unhealthy body fat. So be sure to be on the lookout for these so-called health foods and avoid them like the plague as I reveal them. And don't worry about taking notes. In just a few minutes, I'll share how you can get the full and expanded version of my diet plan for free. So be sure to pay close attention to the very end. After all, the same principles that worked for me also worked for these inspiring folks. They reached their ideal weight in just minutes a day, with extremely busy lives, and so can you. As we begin, I want to share my private weight loss story so you know you're in trustworthy hands and that I've walked a mile in your shoes. I want to be completely honest in saying that I'm not a nutritionist or personal trainer. I'm just a messenger, a devout minister and family man, whose mission in life is to share simple ways for good folks like you to overcome the daily struggles that weigh so heavily on your body and mind. Today, I treat my body as the gift it truly is, nourishing it with healthy foods and inspiring thoughts. But sadly, for a long time, I was doing the opposite. You see, 2 years ago, my father passed away suddenly. He was my mother's caregiver as she was ill and wheelchair-bound. I had made a vow to my father to take care of my mother no matter what. So for the next year, I traveled from my home in Colorado to her home in Oahu, Hawaii, to honor that promise. Back and forth I'd go, never staying in the same place for more than a week, living out of a suitcase and eating on the go. As you can imagine, this constant travel strained my family life, finances, and body. It seemed each time I stepped on a scale I'd become 5 pounds heavier. Soon I tried to ignore my growing problem and stopped weighing myself. My clothes became tight and uncomfortable. I tried to hide my growing belly in loose-fitting clothes. My joints hurt, my mood was dull, and I would gasp for air after climbing a flight of stairs. Can you relate to any of these struggles and feelings? Soon after, my mother's health worsened, and her final wish was to be allowed to die at home. However, we couldn't afford the 24/7 professional care she needed, so, as a family, we scraped together all the money we could and packed up to be by her side. After my mother passed away, I was heartbroken, unhealthy, and I'd gained so much weight, I didn't even recognize the man looking back at me in the mirror. I looked like twice the man in size on the outside, but with half the confidence and inner strength on the inside. If you've ever lost a loved one, you can relate to the sorrow I was enduring. Then it happened, and the pain was so excruciating it brought me to my knees. I felt as though a fist punched through my chest and was squeezing the life out of my heart. Sure enough, it was a dreaded heart attack. As I was rushed to the hospital clinging to life, I thought of my children and regret engulfed me. It was then I said a prayer that if I lived, I'd be a different man. I'd honor my Maker, parents, and family by taking great care of myself, my health, and my body, and I'd make it my life's mission to help others do the same. By the grace of God, I got through, but I was laid up for weeks and had little mental or physical strength to do much of anything but lie in bed and think about how I had to turn things around. It was literally life or death. It was at this time I decided to be honest with myself. In the past, I'd fooled myself into thinking that I could follow strict starvation diets and intense exercise programs to get healthy. But the key is to know thyself. So I began there and created my list of realistic weight loss commandments to live by. They are as follows. 1. I didn't have much time to exercise each day with my busy life. Plus, to be honest, I never liked to exercise much. I had to figure out a way to get maximum results in minimum time without resorting to long, strenuous exercise programs that stressed my heart or far-fetched infomercial exercise gadgets that aren't based on truth. 2. I would not eat health diet foods all the time or go hungry. In the past, I'd eat nothing but salads, veggies, and bland foods like plain chicken breasts for a few weeks and then fall off the wagon. The cravings and hunger were just too strong. So this time, I knew I had to eat foods that I really enjoyed and looked forward to. Otherwise, I'd fail. 3. I was on a tight budget, so I would not invest my hard-earned money in big, nameless, faceless corporations that don't give back and are more concerned with profits than helping real people get real results. As the saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And those big diet companies have fooled millions of us over and over again. It's high time we stand up together for the truth. 4. I would get the support, guidance, and encouragement I needed to be successful. The fact is, history has taught me that I couldn't make a transformation on my own. I would always wander down the wrong path and get lost or fall into the abyss of discouragement. I needed a helping hand. After all, as a pastor, that's how I've been able to help so many people over the years, through accountability and encouragement. I'm wondering, does any of what I'm saying ring true for you? If so, join me in taking a stand and adopt these commandments for yourself, right here and now, as we move along the path together towards a new and better future for you. After establishing my commandments, I got on my computer and started researching. I skipped all of the misleading ads for app gadgets, starvation diets, and greedy corporate diet companies who prey on trusting souls. Instead, I focused on reviewing websites where real people give their honest feedback on products and companies that work for them.